Hey, what's going on, ladies and gents? It's Richard Quo, and this week I'm going to talk about just body image and should we really care about how we look, our appearance, the way we present ourselves, like the way I'm presenting myself right now in this video. Should I care that I didn't do my hair, or that, it's not fixed up straight, or, if I have any, if I didn't shave, or do I have pimples or whatever? Like, should we care about how we look? I think this is a really interesting topic because there's so many different things with societal norms. Of course we want to look pretty, and we want to present ourselves in a very nice way, whatever, to the public and to people in general, and because it makes an impression, right? I think that's important, but I want to talk a little bit on the deeper level first. I think before we look nice, before we present ourselves in a really, in a nice way where it's pleasant to look at, whatever we do our hair, I think what we really need to address first is this level of self-acceptance, self-love for who we are. I was having a conversation with one of my friends, and she said, "Oh man, I don't want to go outside today because I don't want to do my makeup or whatever." And I thought to myself, "Wait, you're not going to go outside because you don't want to do your makeup?" I think we need to love ourselves for who we are. We need to be comfortable, love ourselves enough to the point where we're comfortable going outside looking exactly the way we are, without doing anything, rolling up out of bed and just walking out the door. And this goes back to my video that I just posted on Wednesday, which was, how to not feel judged. Because sometimes we tend to, put ourselves together so we don't feel judged by other people. Like, let's say I wore pajamas outside. People were like, they're gonna think I'm weird, right? But it's kind of like this battle. Like, a lot of times, we're trying to battle what's outside, outside our eyes. But the real battle is inside. It's funny because it's true. If we go outside and we wear pajamas and our hair is a mess, people will judge. But at the same time, part of it is sometimes it doesn't matter what other people think, because our world is inside of us. Our perspective of our world is right here. And we need to be okay with whoever we are in this moment right here. So, should we care about how we look? Let's see. I think before we care about how we look, I think we need to just accept who we are as a person. We need to accept our bodies. We need to accept that if we are overweight, if we're fat, or if we're super skinny, whatever it is, we need to just accept it. We need to accept if we have, if we have zits on our face. We need to accept if we have some sort of quote unquote deformity of our body, because as a society, we put way too much pressure on body image, of looking the right way, and we need to just be comfortable with, hey, dude, I got a freaking, I don't know, I have some crazy scar on my arm, or some weird birthmark, or, my skin's weird, or I have dandruff, we need to be okay that that's just a part of who we are, and accept it, and, we need to be able to walk out the door and be like, hey, this is just a part of me, and that's okay. So, love ourselves first. I think that's the main thing we have to do before asking the question, should we care about how we look? Now, the second part is, let's answer the real question. Should we care about how we look? I think that the reason why we should care about how we look is to look good for ourselves. We want to look good and just, feel make it a supplement to the amazing personality that we are before. And if you don't think you're an amazing person, first of all, let me tell you that you are an amazing person. As a human being, oftentimes we have all these voices in our heads that tells us that we're a loser, that we're not good enough, that we're not pretty, that we don't deserve this, or we don't deserve that. And a lot of that is just the beliefs that we've been taught by other people as well as ourselves. But as human beings, I feel like it is our right, it is our birth given right to just embrace who we are. It doesn't matter. I grew up feeling like a loser, and I that was the person that I was, and that voice is still in the back of my mind. It still haunts me. I would say maybe a little bit every single day, but it's not as loud as it used to be. So embrace who you are. like love how you look. I don't care if you're fat, if you're overweight. I've made a lot of my videos on talking about like my self-esteem issues, my body image. Like I used to weigh 210 pounds, which is obese. And then like I was so uncomfortable with the way I looked that when I went to pool parties, I would not take off my shirt. I was on the swim team and I had to wear a Speedo, and I was so embarrassed every single time I got up on the diving block because I felt like I was the fattest swimmer in the whole entire team, which is, I was up there, I was chubby, but like, I remember every single time we'd take photos, I would put on a towel because I don't want people to see my body. I was so ashamed of it, and everyone having these six packs and all these things, and I was like, I felt so, I felt like such a loser being this fat swimmer. Today, I'm glad I'm a little, like, I'm not overweight, but I'm heavier than I was like when I was at my skinniest. I did this huge challenge for myself where I hit 149 pounds, and now I'm like 175, maybe 180, which, of course I would want to lose more weight for myself to feel more confident, not in terms of the pounds, but more in terms of just being healthy. But I'm glad that I'm a little bit more heavier than I would prefer to be, because this is giving me an opportunity to understand for myself that, hey, you know what? It's okay for me to be a little bit overweight, to have a little bit more chub and some muffin top, like it's okay, and I'm comfortable like taking off my shirt with my muffin top, like, because like who cares? Like who cares? Because as long as I know like I'm a good human being, and everyone is, really, even if you don't feel like it, like I hope you just trust me on this. If you don't feel like you're a good human being, everyone is. Like, we have all this conversation in our head that tells us that we're such a bad person and we don't deserve much in the world. But once we get past all those silly conversations, we start realizing how beautiful we are as a person. And look, every single day I am going through the same challenge too. I'm going through the same challenge, telling myself that I'm not good enough, that I wish I was skinnier sometimes, but at the same time, it's like I'm still accepting who I am. And I'm happy that I'm able to, kind of like make fun of myself for being, like a little, I don't know if I'm overweight, but I don't think I'm quite overweight right now, but I still, I'm not like perfectly fit like my ideal past self wanted me to be. But yeah. Should we care about how we look? For ourselves. That's what I got. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Do you think, seriously, do you think that we should care about how we look? Do you think it's necessary to present ourselves in a certain way and wear proper clothes and things like that? I'd love to hear from your thoughts, okay? Thanks so much. That's what I have for this week, and stay tuned for future episodes, uploading twice a week, Wednesdays and Fridays. Sometime during the day. You could also chat with me every single day at 8 p.m. I do Facebook Live videos, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You catch me on, look, it's 8 p.m. right now. I'm going to hop on right now. And yeah, have a good one, and talk to you soon. Take care. Love y'all. Peace.